Most people take vacations in order to relax and escape from their daily life. Average destinations include idyllic beaches
Warum schickt mir der Cutter eigentlich englische Videos, Digga? Sehe ich so aus, als ob ich Englisch könnte.
and pampering
Ein bisschen. Oha, oha.
spas.
Jetzt weiß ich, warum er es geschickt hat.
But some people have a wild side and prefer to brave the world's most intimidating locales. Today
Da
we
seh
are
ich mich
looking at the 10 scariest attractions in the world.
Alter, das will ich auch mal machen.
Huashan Cliffside Path allows visitors to China's Mount Hua to experience a truly
Lol.
terrifying climb to its summit. It was first built over 700 years ago and is reputed to be the most dangerous hiking trail in the world because it is very steep and narrow, and there is only one safety rope to protect you from the bottomless abyss. Many tourists come here to challenge themselves and feel the adrenaline rush. Huashan Plank Walk was first built by a Taoist priest named He Zhizhen more than 700 years ago, with
Ich glaube, wenn du da rumlatscht, Bruder,
stone nails carved into the cliffs,
danach schockt dir nichts
supporting the
mehr.
wooden plank for people to walk on. Now it has been improved with reinforcements, but the path is still very narrow, so you are literally one step away from the bottomless chasm
Da sollte euch das iPhone lieber nicht aus der Hand
with
fallen,
no
Chat.
protection from the guardrails. In addition, the walk does not lead to other paths on the mountain, which means you need to return by the way you came. This becomes even more intimidating when you reach someone walking the opposite direction and you are forced to maneuver around them.
Crazy, Alter.
Central China is home to one of the world's most intimidating footbridges.
hätte die
Remarkably,
ganze Zeit
this
Angst,
is all
dass,
part of an
die Ding-
amusement park meant to
dass das
attract
Seil reißt.
tourists. Known as Jixian Feiyu, or extreme leaps, it is nearly 500 feet above the ground, with large slats for tourists to jump across. Normally, the height alone is terrifying, but recently the footbridge got some extremely bad press when a tourist's rope snapped.
Ja, was machst du
A
jetzt?
video of the terrifying incident shows the man leaping across the suspended bridge with large gaps between the planks at the Wansheng Ordovician theme park near Chongqing in China. It is only until the
Chongqing.
man safely makes it to the podium on the other end of the bridge that he notices the harness had detached. There is no safety net beneath the bridge, which is about 500 feet above the rocks below. An investigation by government officials found theme park staff hadn't attached the safety cord properly, the South China Morning Post reported. However, a staff member with the propaganda bureau at the Wansheng Economic Development Zone found theme
Digga, da geht dir, Chat, egal wie Mann du bist, habt ihr gesehen, wie bei ihm
Park
sein
staff
Gesicht sich
hadn't attached the
verzogen hat?
safety
Da geht dir die Muffe,
cord
Digga.
properly, the South China Morning
Schaut euch den
Post
nochmal an.
reported. However,
Bruder, du scheißt dir ein, Digga. Du scheißt dir ein. Danach, wenn du wieder auf festem Boden bist, dann kickt so das Adrenalin rein. Wenn du dann einen Stift in die Hand gedrückt bekommen würdest und dann irgendwas unterschreiben sollst, Digga, du bist so, den hier am machen, den da. Digga, du bist so
However,
am
a staff
Handshaken.
member with the propaganda bureau at the Wansheng Economic Development Zone
Alter.
told the Beijing News the video was
Man hat
a
richtig gesehen, Bruder. Das war es
publicity
komplett.
stunt aimed to raise the theme park's profile. If it's a marketing ploy, I hope it closes down soon. Someone wrote on Chinese social media platform Weibo.
Es kann doch nicht sein, dass so ein junges Mädchen da mehr Eier hat als wir, Chat. Wir müssen unsere Ehre wieder herstellen und da auch hin und das machen.
The Post reported. In fact,
nicht
it
wahr
has
sein.
since been proven that it was not a marketing stunt, and the park has been closed down.
Ist ja voll langweilig, die fahren ja gar nicht
Suicide
runter.
Forest is a location in Japan that has received great media attention due to a strange coincidence. It is the place in the world with the second highest frequency of suicides. While the density of the trees and the often treacherous terrain in Aokigahara Forest make it hard to
Warte mal kurz, Logan Paul ruft an. Hallo? Jo, was geht, Bruder? Alles klar? Ja, ich weiß, du kannst nur Englisch reden. Ja. Ja, wir schauen gerade den Wald, ne? Weißt du noch? Hallo? 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 Ah, Chat, ich glaube, er erinnert sich noch.
determine an exact number of suicides, the number of dead bodies that are found is shockingly high. In 2003 alone, 105 bodies were found in the forest. With a nickname like Suicide Forest, it seems like Aokigahara Forest is a hugely popular suicide spot, but it's actually not the biggest suicide destination in the world. The Suicide Forest is said to be the second most common destination for suicides, with the Golden Gate Bridge taking the #1 spot. Unsurprisingly, Aokigahara is reportedly haunted. The forest is reportedly inhabited by yurei, or ghosts with unfinished business, who are unable to enjoy peace.
Eine Frage, warum stirbt man, wenn man sich von der Brücke wirft? Also jetzt doofe Frage. Wegen der Höhe oder was? Weil wenn du nicht, keine Ahnung, wenn du nicht komplett falsch aufklatscht, dann fällst du einfach ins Wasser,
In
oder?
the afterlife, While many people attribute the strange behavior of their compasses to paranormal activity in the forest,
Klar, ab einer gewissen Höhe ist Wasser auch so hart wie Beton, aber wenn du jetzt, sag ich jetzt mal, mit den Füßen voran eintauchst, dann geht's doch, oder?
there's actually a more logical explanation. Because of the high iron content of the lava on the forest floor, devices that respond to magnetism, like compasses, often move in strange patterns when near it. The suicide forest is so well known
Bruder, bin da noch nicht runtergesprungen.
that it's frequently referenced in books, games, songs, and other media. This worldwide notoriety has even given rise to mentions in countless popular films, including 47 Ronin.
Da sterbe ich lieber bei einer Runde Cold War, während ich mich so aufreg und so rumrage, dass mir eine Ader im Gehirn
The
platzt, Digga.
Forest
Dann sterbe
and
ich
Gus
wirklich
Van
lieber so.
Sant's 2015 Sea of Trees, featuring Matthew McConaughey. Volcano surfing, or volcano boarding, is a sport performed on volcano slopes. The most
zur Hölle?
popular slope is the Cerro Negro near León, in western Nicaragua. Riders hike up the volcano and slide down, sitting
Die sehen auch aus wie
or
Müllmenschen.
standing
Mit
on a
ihrer
thin
lila
plywood or
Kleidung.
metal
Lila,
board.
Orange.
Nicaragua is known as the land of lakes and volcanoes.
Nicaragua.
It isn't by chance. There are 19 active volcanoes scattered around the country. Of these, a few surround León, and some are close to the Granada, Nicaragua tourist hotspot, and 2 make up Ometepe Island. This is the only place in the world where you can sit upright on plywood, feet first, and coast down a cindery flank of a stick.
Wenn irgendein kleiner Streamer von euch Real-Life-Stream macht, wie er in dem Vulkan chillt und sich Kippe anmacht, an dem Lava, ich schwöre, 100er Subbomb auf meinen Nacken. T3 Subs. T3 Subs, 100er Subbomb. Wenn du dir Kippe da drin anmachst. Oder Shisha anmachst.
Active volcano, says Nick Porter, an affable chain-smoking tour guide who left his job at a bank in Manchester, England in 2013, went traveling, and never returned. According to CNN, volcano boarding is listed number 2 on the list of extreme sports you must do before you die. National Geographic Channel adventurer and journalist Zoltan Istvan credits himself with an
Digga, als wir klein waren, haben wir einfach mit dem Schlitten oder mit dem Bob sind wir da die Pisten runter und haben uns Schanzen gebaut. Und die Erwachsenen denken wieder, die sind ganz cool und es wäre langweilig, die rutschen lieber einen Vulkan runter. Im Dreck. Wenn wir als Kinder hingefallen sind, Digga, dann sind wir in Schnee gefallen und waren nicht dreckig. Und die Erwachsenen machen sich voll dreckig, Digga. Und wir waren einfach damit als Kinder schon Pfeifheads. So ein Ding ist das.
inventing the volcano boarding sport on Mount Yasur on the island of Tana in Vanuatu in 2002. Though Istvan first visited the active volcano in 1995, he filmed his adventure, and it later aired on the National Geographic Channel in a 5-minute news segment. Perched at the top of the Stratosphere Tower in Las Vegas is one of the world's most daunting attractions. Like a 1,000-foot-high teeter-totter, X-Scream drops 8 riders 27 feet over the edge of the Stratosphere Tower, then rises up and rolls back, then repeats, 3 times total, with a couple of surprises along the way. At a height of approximately 866 feet, it is officially the world's 3rd highest amusement ride. We wanted to build one of the most intense attractions in the world, Mike Gilmartin, public relations manager for the Stratosphere, said. X-Scream is a new generation of extreme thrill rides. We feel that it's a very imposing ride and also a very psychological ride. It plays on a past.
Bruder, das fühlt sich an, als ob deine Gedärme und dein alles von dir fährt einfach weiter. Ihr kennt ja wahrscheinlich, wenn ihr auch in der Achterbahn so richtig diesen Sturzflug fährt, das fühlt sich einfach so kurz an, als wärt ihr innen leer. Als ob irgendwie eure Organe einfach oben geblieben wären. Das ist übelst das krasse Gefühl.
Passenger's primal fear of falling before it
Das
pulls
kann man
you
gar
back
nicht
from
richtig
the edge.
beschreiben. Du fühlst dich wirklich für einen Moment, als wärst du nicht so richtig in deinem Körper drin. Das ist übelst das krasse Gefühl. Und es geht auch nicht weg. Egal wie oft du Achterbahn fährst, dieser Sturzflug, Digga, bleibt immer so heftig. Fühlt sich so richtig kurz so leer. Als ob wirklich alles oben geblieben wäre.
Conceived in the year
Todesmais.
2000, the ride cost just under $3 million to construct. Construction of X-Scream
Kennt
began.
ihr auch, Chat? Kennt ihr diese Kugel? Diese Kugel, die euch, keine Ahnung wie viel, 50 Meter oder so in die Luft katapultiert? Die wird so an Gummibändern, wird so aufgezogen und wird unten festgehalten und dann fliegst du so richtig, richtig schnell nach oben. Das ist auch so krass. Du kannst es gar nicht so registrieren, wie schnell du da in die Luft schnellst. Und das kann man, glaube ich, bloß einmal machen, alle 20 Minuten oder glaub sogar, je nachdem wie alt du bist, einmal in der Stunde, weil es dein Körper sonst nicht aushält. Bruder, anders wild, Mann. Was wir damals in den Vergnügungsparken, oh ja moin, Digga, gepumpt haben, Bruder, heute würde ich mir einscheißen, Digga. Wird mich anders übergehen
and on the
wahrscheinlich.
ground, as various pieces were put together.
Packs.
The parts were lifted via helicopter, where they were assembled on top of the tower.
Ja, ich
The
freue mich schon
entire
wieder auf die
process of lifting the
YouTube-Kommentare.
pieces and building the ride only took 2 hours, including a 40-minute refueling period for the helicopter. The total weight of the ride is 50,000 pounds, but nearly that much weight in the form of concrete and steel was removed to make room for the attraction.
Ach du Scheiße.
A few miles from the heart of Mexico City lies La Isla de las Muñecas.
Irgendwann will ich auch mal aus dem Helikopter springen, Chat. Mit Fallschirm. Einfach freier Fall, ne? Haben wahrscheinlich schon ein paar von euch gemacht. Ich glaube, das ist auch so ein richtig befreiendes Gefühl. Wenn du dann wirklich die Eier hast, im Helikopter zu springen. Einfach rausspringen, Digga. Und dann einfach, was weiß ich, 1 Minute oder 2 Minuten im freien Fall sein. Ich glaube, danach bist du befreit, Digga. Danach geht's deiner Seele besser.
The island of dolls,
Ohne Fallschirm besser, perfekt, Digga.
where thousands of
Machst du halt dann nur einmal.
dolls hang from the trees. The island, located in the Ochimilco canals outside of Mexico's capital, is truly the stuff of pure terror. According to local legend, the island's caretaker, Don Julian Santana, moved to the island in the 1950s after abandoning his family. It was in the canals outside of the island that he found the dead body of a drowned girl and her doll. Convinced that her spirit haunted the island, Santana hung abandoned dolls he found throughout the canal as a way to appease the dead girl's soul. The dolls, strung up in the deteriorated condition that Santana found them in, continue to hold a silent vigil on trees and buildings throughout the island. Don Julian Santana began
Ja, ist das für
collecting
eine
lost
kranke
dolls
Scheiße,
from the
Mann.
canals and the trash near his island home. He is also said to have traded produce he grew to locals for more dolls. Santana did not clean up the
Was
dolls or
machen
attempt to
Menschen?
fix them,
Was
but rather
machen
put
denn
them up
Menschen für
with missing
Sachen,
eyes
Alter?
and limbs, covered in dirt, and generally in whatever ramshackle state he found them in. Even when dolls arrive in good shape, the wind and
Einfach eine
weather
Barbie,
turn them
Digga.
into cracked and distorted versions of themselves. In 2001, Santana was found drowned in the river. Bethesda in the United Kingdom is home to Zip World Velocity, the fastest zip line in the world and the longest in Europe. It has been dubbed as the nearest thing to flying other than a skydive. It has clocked in speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour, found within its breathtaking
Boah, das
spot
ist
more
geil.
than 1,000 feet
Oh
up.
mein Gott, Digga.
Expect adrenaline,
Yo.
stunning views across the Menai Straits, and
Wenn du Eier hast, machst du deinen Köpfer in den See
possibly a
rein.
few screams as you fly headfirst down a mountain. Before taking to the big zipper, try out the smaller but still thrilling little zipper to get a taste of the experience, reaching speeds of up to 40 miles per hour.
Das ist
According
geil.
to the founder, the brand new experience features custom-made technology developed by our world-class team to increase speed, accessibility, and comfort for our riders and spectators alike. The zipline is so popular that the company has opened 2 more locations across the United Kingdom. With a steeper decline, Velocity 2 lets visitors travel from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 10 seconds before reaching the top speed of 125 miles per hour, equal to the legal limit for standard trains in the UK, and 5 miles per hour faster than the speed at which you fall when skydiving. Zip World also has doubled the capacity of the zip line, meaning that 4 people can enjoy a
Todesgeil, Chat.
flight at the same
Todesgeil.
time. Sean Taylor, the co-founder of Zip World, said, Velocity 2 is the fastest zipline in the world, and it's right here in North Wales,
Zipline.
the adventure capital of Europe.
Danke für den Zehner.
Smack
Markus.
in the middle of
Gönn meine
Tennessee
Rolex,
is
Chat.
one of the world's craziest attractions, a roller coaster zip line. The Flying Ox, located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, is the world's first cable-to-rail zip line roller coaster. According to a press release, the Flying
mein
Ox
Gott.
takes fearless riders 80 feet in the air for a 1,000-foot-long ride. Instead of traveling in a straight line,
Oh
riders
mein Gott,
wind,
Digga.
drop, and soar through the
Die hält da noch die Kamera.
air at approximately 15 miles an hour.
Alter, ich hätte so Angst, dass ich da irgendwo mit meinen Beinen
The
gegenkomme.
roller coaster
Das hatte ich schon immer bei den
Zipline.
Achterbahnen, hatte ich immer Angst, meine Hand rauszustrecken, weil ich dachte, Bruder,
fuses the fast
Die wird mir
free-flying
richtig
sensation of a
abgeschlagen.
zipline with the ups, downs, and turns of a roller coaster, giving the rider the ultimate thrill of flying. Opened by Paula Dean's Lumberjack Feud Show and Adventure Park, the Flying Ox was inspired by the history of the Smoky Mountain logging industry. The theme park also
Einfach hängen
includes a
lassen,
log
Chat.
roll
Einfach
and
hängen
boom
lassen.
run, a lumberjack-themed ropes course, speed climb towers, and a simulated free fall from an 80-foot tall jump platform. Colorado is home to another aerial attraction, the Royal Rush Sky Coaster. Sweep 50 miles per hour through the Rocky Mountain air in a free fall, momentarily dangling 1,200 feet above the Arkansas River on this one-of-a-kind attraction. This thrilling experience doesn't have the title of the world's scariest sky coaster for nothing. Ever since the Royal Gorge Bridge opened in 1929, humankind has sought to make what already is a hair-raising adventure even more of a thrill. They've done it illegally, parachuting off the bridge or flying under it in an airplane. Or they've done it legally by trying some of the park's eye-popping adventure rides. Several parachutists have jumped from the bridge illegally. It is not a feat that is encouraged due to the gorge's unpredictable winds. When it comes to legal thrills, perhaps
Der hat einfach einen kleinen Propeller
the most
hinten dran.
frightening is the Royal Rush Sky Coaster. Dubbed the world's scariest sky coaster ride, it cost $600,000 to build and debuted in 2003. At the apex of the swing, it gives riders a view that is about 1,300 feet down into the gorge. A reduced gravity aircraft is a type of fixed-wing aircraft that provides brief, near-weightless environments for training astronauts, conducting research, and making gravity-free movie shots. Versions of such airplanes were operated by the NASA Reduced Gravity Research Program, and one is currently operated by the Human Spaceflight and Robotic Exploration Programs of the European Space Agency. The unofficial nickname Vomit Comet became popular among those who experienced their operation. How can weightlessness be achieved? The parabolic flight is an aerobatic maneuver that customers can also request during fighter jet flights. Only small parabola is possible there, and you can only float within the constraints of your seatbelts. Other larger aircraft allow thrill seekers to float for extended periods of time.
Das ist auch geil. Das ist auch geil, Digga. Sehr geiles Video, Mann. Ein Haufen Stuff dabei, Chat, den wir, glaub mal nachholen müssen. Ja, da bekommt Werf die Alte weg einen ganz anderen Begriff, Alter.